Oh my God. What if you found out that your soulmate was a gigolo when they were younger? What if you found out that, in whatever manner, for whatever reason, they hustled in order, I don't know, get through college? Maybe they got sexually harassed at work, and in order to keep their job, they had to sleep with their boss. Maybe they got lost one night somewhere and ended up somewhere and were even threatened with violence unless they agreed to turn tricks. It's a terrible position to be in. You know that? It's a horrible position to be in where someone's trying to extort you into performing a sex act for survival, to keep a job. I'd like to think if I were a man and the woman I wanted to be with was put in that situation, I would know how to kill the man who raped her. I would like to think that I wouldn't have any compunction about that. I would like to think that I had men in my community that understood that violating a woman in that way is so reprehensible that it compels a response from the community. That when you put someone in that position, you violate their soul on a very profound level. See, these are the kinds of things that I understand are just cause for war. In some academic lexicons, they will discuss patriarchy and patriarchy as a means by which women's bodies are claimed as acts of war and derivate and all these other things. Okay, yes. But then there's also the understanding that the woman is the mother and the prime creator in the community. That for a certain period of time, all that's possible, including the progeny for the community, is about her body being safe and protected and sacred and healthy. And so all of the things that prevent that from occurring are a wrong visited upon the entire community. So when you go after my mother or my sister, you go after my friend's body and try to tell her she's supposed to use it in an act of commerce, especially if she says no. And then you say she can't get a job. And then you say you're going to hurt her. You're going to kill her. You're going to kill somebody else in front of her. You're going to murder her children. You're going to hook up digital accounts sexually exploiting her children in front of her. Yes, I know. Some people believe they're entitled to waste our oxygen with that sadism. Unfortunately, in the last 25 years of refusing to hold a diabolical plan to socially engineer us into normalization to that kind of sadism, we have too many of those people wasting oxygen. I was a young person when you let Clinton rob the political destiny of entire generations of the planet. You all had a responsibility to prevent that from happening. I've now learned that when I was a child, that there was appropriated a youth trust for children in this country. It was the Youth Trust for a Drug-Free America. It's one of the reasons I now understand that the DARE program was actually so much a part of my unconscious experience. It had such a profound impact on me. You know, now when I get around retirees that were actually able to live during that time frame, sometimes I get reminded of what was stolen from me before I even hit fucking puberty. And now you've confined me to a life where I'm expected to provide them with sex. as a bonus in their old age for raping me in the spirit realm as a child, from stealing from a federally appropriated trust for children to keep us off of drugs, and punishing me because I won't deal drugs to children like they did. You tried to steal from me when I was a kid and tell me that now, in order to cover up for what were crimes then, that I have to be one of them. And if I don't, you degrade and degrade and degrade and degrade. And the problem is, you're so degenerate. You have entire sectors, the entire economy is being dominated by biological terrorists. And you won't even call it that. They walk around like they're high, playing some theater. They walk around, they're high on digital drugs and real drugs. You won't even call it out for what it is. You're never, ever going to get me to agree to this. Never. I don't care how many sad voices or faces you show me. You've put me in isolation. You've murdered my family. You've destroyed my country. You've destroyed the possibilities for me to have a meaningful relationship with people from other parts of the world with your defamation and your complete irresponsibility when it comes to honestly representing what people in other countries are like, including via people in this country that claim they're connected to those countries. There's no leverage you have over me. Don't you think it might behoove you to reconsider how abject a failure this is? You know, I did a credit check today. I looked at my credit. Somewhere in somebody's book, I owe $600 in debt. For $600 of debt that you'll acknowledge, you completely destroyed my life. You raped my family. You murdered my family. You're trafficking my sister's children, and that's just my blood family. $600 in debt. How much is your family worth? Because I've already paid the taxes for it, guys. I've paid the taxes since I was a child. Tide's changing. In 5 days, your deal is done. In 5 days, your deal is done. You've given me no standard. You've given me no bar. And you've given me no evidence that what I believed in still exists, including in a reflection of what you expect my behavior to be now.